That is how come they look like a technology that is impossible to understand. They move in ways you cannot understand. They appear and disappear. They can move and disappear from any other thing because they beat all laws of on the face of the earth because they came before time.
I see.
So they are not bound to time.
Ebusua ensem bi ekoso ema ensem bi esisi a bibia kire se ewiase wie no ana ye den ewo mu no. Prophet Telvin Sowah Adjei 2024 ede nsem bi ebeto dwa efa UFOs anase UAP eye short form for unidentified flying objects anase unidentified aerial phenomena. Na sa acronym yi anase UFO yi efa enyama etu efa wiem yemfa yeni nya den enhunu se wonom wosen nanso wonom ade a woka ye ho ewo asiasefo asase so. Na obi betro our comment section was say it is only a damned person that believes that we are the only beings living on the face of this planet. Prophet Telvin Sowah Adjei during 2024 ebe posti nyama bebre efa UFOs ho kwan a efa so ema these aliens real ena the dimensions to which they belong ena kwan a efa so ema abodimu nyansapefo and as a scientist etimi discover say there are you can say extraterrestrial beings na yen nananom so say omo ye ewiem etumfo enkabekyere ne these rulers of darkness and stuff no, not knowing say one ye beings, another set of beings, powerful beings one no in our human reality no yenye den yemfa yeni enhunu one mo efri say na in the timeline of human race no e kire say eni kwan say ye de yeni ebehunu omo esan say one hu pa nanso edu ewieye mre na Bible no ma yete ase se enyama wenum nyina be den ebesisi na according to Prophet Telvin Sowah Adjei no kire se sa Jesus na obeba na obe no ho se ono no ye the real Jesus no ono no so free the fourth dimension na this fourth dimension no mu na ye what these UFOs ni UAPs ni ehun keka na Donald Trump abekasa on the 8th of May. Now before Donald Trump ever bekasa on the 8th of May, no na Prophet Telvin Sowah Adjei 2024 was shown come say on the 9th of May something will happen. Now, when that particular thing happened, it will serve as a catalyst to unleash whatever the Bible said in the book of Revelation. Now, Omayeti said in the book of Job, Job and so make a comment about this particular UAP and UFOs. Now, American abino abine be a one etu one mesi honum se woye nhwehwemu e dia fa this UFOs no. Now, order for a seweni and so kachire and someone one de abeto dwa no sisi akampo de utia na wona mana wo hu nyina den epopo. Now, so esese utie nebe ya wobɛhu baby a wobɛtutu wanamo ayɛ esi na emre ni duru a ambefa onomu mprekopɛ ama wanhwere wo nkwa na sɛ wowu a owu echi no atemu ɛyɛ ɛwɔ hɔ ensɛm bi sei ɛna ɛyɛ President Donald Trump ɛde to dwa na mekenkan wie a me di video a ɛyɛ Prophet Telvin Sowah so wanansen a ɔde abeto dwa ɛkyerɛkyerɛ nyama eni so senya enyama besisi senya end time no ɛbɛsi like chale you have to watch this particular video and it make sure say wobɛgye brɛ na wayɛ den wahwɛ video yi na dedi nkan aha the TBD report me din Edo Kwame na cheda subscribe mami as I read through what President Donald Trump posted on his X page on the 8th of May and then we look inside what really happened on the 9th May. Until on the 8th of May, President Donald Trump ebetro on the page say, as for my promise to you, the Department of War has released the first tranche of the UFO or UAP files to the public for their review and study. In an effort for complete and maximum transparency, it was my honor to direct my administration to identify and provide government files related to alien and extraterrestrial life, unidentified aerial phenomena, and unidentified flying objects, whereas previous administrations have failed to be transparent on this subject. With these new documents and videos, the people can decide for themselves what the hell is going on. Have fun and enjoy. President Donald J. Trump. Inti efa UFO or UAP files na abeto dwa sa na previous administration of the US government ne aircraft so EDCC because say any party any pa akoma be den ebeto no President Donald Trump abede break that particular silence no e de nyama bi abede ebegu akoma mu ebie nsam no eni so no kra no ho aye den edwiri no ne ho adwiri no pan if you say in capital letters no trust say what the hell is going on ono kura onye dey on ti ase nti wo beda be sorry na say we hu enipa hu bi ene nam wie me bi ne nam won chen ni wada woni so betetew na won pa ho ebi tete ho ne ade ade a ese se wo hu say ewe yem reda na ye den e wo mu no etwa se sa nyama nyina esi na nyankopon enimonyam ne ne kese e den eteti me say wo mre ne yenko na yenko play video ye Prophet of Adjei Sowah e da betu dwa na onuadofo ese weni ense wo ka kire
odifo every now three mienu ni aye sorry free ha ne de udin a trendia bepem emi anope ikura no udin a trend be I think and any 3 days meaning am social media na me ko hu page no so say enkom se bi eye wo se enkom bi 2024 nti me screenshot ye enkroma mpacho fatu no so na yenkenkan kakra na yenhwe senia essay called on the July 2024 na wo se enkom bi se enkroma se o ya che hampese ye kan ade no ha na date no enlarge ne kakra ne hwe ade na fi and that's no eti Prophet Telvin Adjei Sowah the page no so na my screenshot to so no I think July 25th or so and then 20
then 5th July
but 2024 and some commission by osi who say ship be you saw in your spirit say ship be na shape need to say ark na black in color and a red no design no so for the important na ye no papa chire because me kan dia na me said antia akoye sunsun nsem na me so ba
say arc be like more or less like but it's halfway, you know, an arc is half of a second.
Okay.
And I am say arc be and I fly whilst it was flying, you know, I say we be air orbiting. There's a round ball, be to say a ball. Now ball no orbiting. The ball was as though I don't know, it's like fully smooth. I say in Kusia and they orbited that thing. And I realized that the thing was not attached to each other, they were not together. But then it was as though the power source was from the Nkusia. Okay. And that was where the main problem was. So the Nkusia was what was like moving around and then empowering the main thing. So I saw it more or less like a spaceship as how we normally see it. But this one is so amazing. It's unique. It's beyond what we actually watch in the movies. This one is on a different level altogether. Yeah. Yeah. This one is mainly a pattern of operation via air happening within the future, which is very, very much amazing. And in that angle, no, there is something I wanted to bring across to make it easier and clearly. One say we are getting closer to the end time, and as we are getting closer to the end time, there are certain things that are happening, and these things that are happening is going to affect the next phase of our life.
Wow.
As a fourth-dimensional prophet, you know, one of the main reasons why we are on the face of the earth is because of these things. God does not just call us because at the lower level of normal human senses, no, we regard prophecy as sorry, we actually come here, we want to. But then God assigns certain prophets to oversee certain things in the dimensions of the spirit, like Enoch, Ezekiel, and all of them. And one of the most crucial and critical things in that angle has to do with these UFOs and UAPs, which we are monitoring. They are fourth-dimensional beings. That is why, as a fourth-dimensional prophet, I'm the one that is basically like watching on that angle,
able to see them. No,
watching it constantly. And most interestingly, one of those entities, I grew with it.
I
told you I grew with the angel of death. I grew with that one. Yes. Which was like it was always hunting me, and it was real actually. It was real, and yeah, I said, "Diana, the thing was there." So let me break it down to you in a very simple manner. Now, with regards to UFO, among fighting can say alien faba spaceship about maybe you've heard about it on radio and everything. Now, the reason why the post that is out there now on social media. We'll start from somewhere. Say a post that is up there. No? The post started from 2024. Now, these things I saw them many years ago. I've been waiting for that specific date. That was set there. And in the date, I mentioned clearly that on the 9th of May, 2026, the world will get to know about this information.
Okay.
Exactly. For you to be able to say that and see that, it is not ordinary. Yeah, it's not ordinary. Nobody was there to set that date, but I already knew the date years ahead.
And
Yes, the date is very clear.
Exactly.
9th of May, and that is the same. We are in the 9th of May. We are living that reality now. Whether you like it or not, the fourth dimension is your reality. You will live in it. So we are there right now in the reality. We are living in that reality as I speak to you right now. And the reason why God brought that into my attention is because over the years, there is a program that is ongoing in the realms, and there are certain things that are going on towards the coming of the Lord. And where we have gotten to, the entities that we have come into contact with, people are asking, what are they? America has released the files. You've given the date and the day and the year, the month, the thing will come out. And it has happened exactly the same way. Now, what else? Like, what are they? Because we know that, okay, of course, now they are there. What are they? Now, let me break them down to you.
Okay.
In the book of Genesis chapter 6, the Bible said that the sons of God came to make wives to the daughters of men. And they gave birth to Nephilims, the mighty men of old, Nephilims. Now, keep this keyword, Nephilims, mighty men of old, Nephilims. And then the flood of Noah came, wiped the face of the earth. The Bible made mention that the angels that lost their first estate, you understand? Which was that angle of angels. And then they came down upon the face of the earth, and then they began to commune and move around. They made daughters of they make wives of the daughters of men.
Okay.
And making wives of the daughters of men, it means that they were able to understand how to bend the roles of the fourth dimensional reality into a first dimensional reality.
Okay.
Do you understand what I mean? Yes, to bend that role. Now, in four dimensional state, I want to break it down in a very simple manner for your understanding. Now, in this condition, we understand on the face of the earth that matter has four states, right? Matter is solid, liquid, gas, and then plasma.
Exactly.
Now, we always understood that the first state of matter was solid. But then, if you want to understand spiritual things in the level, you have to reverse it and then turn the first state of matter to plasma, and then the second state of matter to gas, third state is liquid, and then fourth stage is the last state of matter, which is basically, it may even be the 15th state of matter, which is solid. That's the last state of matter. And then when you go down, you get to quantum condensation, but that one is like cold planets.
Exactly.
And other things. But then let's talk about matter here. Now, when God was creating the world, we were thinking the world was exploding, but it was actually cooling it down. So God was making things in a reverse form. And that is how come we formed most of those things. Now, you, the human being, as you are here, you are in all the four states of matter. You have a spark of plasma within you. You have liquid in you, and then you have solid, and you have gases within you as the human being. That's why you are able to bring out carbon dioxide, because there are gases within you.
Exactly.
You are all the four states of matter. The part of you that we have really highly researched is the physical parts, the one that is tangible. But then we've not been able to go deeper into the first state of matter, which is the plasma. So I've reversed it, which is the true way of how it's supposed to be. Now, the first state is the plasma. And the plasma is what is your spiritual form. Plasma is basically negative charged ions and positive charged ions, right? And that's what plasma is. Now, it is charged particles. When they say a particle is charged, do you understand what it is?
In this context, when
a particle is charged, it means that the particle is enforced.
Okay.
So other particles can just be there as a particle which is alive. Then all of a sudden, the particle is kicked into being. So the human being can just be there as a living, like an empty body.
Okay.
And then God breathes the breath of life into him, and then there was a spark of life. That spark of life is charging the particle. Charging the particle brings the particle to life.
Yeah.
You understand what I mean? And to charge particles like plasma is the spiritual face of things.
Okay.
Now today I want to break down to you what the fourth dimension, because all the prophecies I give, it all boils down to today, the 9th May 2026. I'm now going to begin to prophesy. At first I was just joining catalysts. Yes, my prophecies will begin from 9th of May. Yes, it's a different phase altogether. But there will be other catalysts within the prophecies. But you see, a lot of people think I'm interested in NDC, MPP, politics, and everything. No, that's not my main reason why I'm here.
Okay.
The reason why I'm on the face of the earth mainly is this thing, this one. You see the UFOs, you see, so UAPs and everything.
Exactly.
That's the reason why I'm here.
Enti unyan starting say nkom no mponi.
I mean, so Obetra be there. It's on training partner say you are what you say you are by showing them the signs. What I say. So the Bible said these signs shall follow them that believe, as the Lord lives, by the grace of God. And in that condition, we understand all the four states of matter. I want to teach something here today before I leave. I don't want it to just be. I've prophesied so many things out there. It's all happened. That is, I think we've run out of prophecies.
Exactly.
But then we'll add more to it. We'll add more to it. So now, in this condition, people are asking, what is those things? Now, there are 7 entities in heaven that we got to do in the book of Revelation. We have the living creatures, which Enoch saw, Ezekiel saw, and I saw them as well. We have the elders, the 24 elders. We have archangels. And we have seraphim, I'm following an order. And then we have cherubims. Cherubims is where Lucifer came from. So the Bible calls him the cherub that covereth, which means if it says the cherub that covereth, it means the overseer of the cherub department. That's Lucifer. Then from there, you go to the next stage of operation, which is the archangels. The archangels, then the messengers. Sorry, the cherubims, the watchers, the archangels, and then the messengers. So the watchers are the ones in the middle, and then the archangels, and then the messengers. These are the categories of angels. Now, there was a fall in heaven, which the angels fell. They went against God. And the angels that fell, they were the department, the category of the watchers, and some few of the cherubims that fell. You understand? When those cherubims fell, in Genesis chapter 6, they came to make wives of the daughters of men, and then they gave birth to Nephilims. In giving birth to the Nephilims, that is where this whole alien thing began.
I see.
The Nephilims began to teach man how to do certain things. Like Azazel and all of them, you hear them as demons. Yes, they began to teach man how to wage war, how to make weapons and everything. And then I always say one thing, because they had advanced technology and advanced knowledge. That's how come Noah was able to build the first submarine. At that time, we don't even have a technology for that.
And yeah, but no, I said no can know.
Proper submarine that was able to house all the animals on the face of the earth. Now, statistically, we may not be able to understand the calculation of how he built it, but then that brings you to an understanding that the technology that we're using way back is way beyond our imagination. A lot of people are like, oh, Eba, and send Noah. Or no, what 19 could no man can say early BC. What me build the ark, flood the bed, me save you. We are saying, no, be that question. Yeah, that question. Then you have to answer this question. The Sumerian temples as well. You have to also answer the pyramid of Giza and everything. How all those things were able to be built, and yet still the stones were cut off so precise, like laser cutting precise. But the question is, how were they able to build it?
I see.
Without the sophisticated technology, which means they had something that we did not have.
Exactly.
And they didn't even have the manpower to build that kind of thing. If they were going to build it manually, it would take them tens of thousands of years. It would take them hundreds of thousands of years to build some of those things. But then, at the end of the day, they were able to establish these things by the grace of God. Now, there was an intervention and operation of divine operations, which is four-dimensional creatures, which I call spiritual beings. In that time, some understood how to be able to break the code of the fourth dimension, which was the Nephilims, to be able to come on the face of the earth, act like human beings, make wives of the daughters of men, and give birth to a third dimension, another group of beings. And those group of beings, which is the main category, which is the watchers and their children, the Nephilims, are some of the entities you are seeing hovering around the face of the earth. They have lived with us on the face of the earth for so many years. Some have lived in the waters, some have lived under certain places, and that is the things that the government has now discovered. These are spiritual entities that have been able to over on the face of the earth for so many centuries. Yes. So a lot of people are saying, aliens, or move free space. But now let me break it down to you. In Ephesians chapter 6, verse number 12, I want to show you these things. I've chased them all my life. I actually, like, one hunted me all my life. So I actually understand. This is my work. Like, this whole thing. Yes, you understand. That's the first time now. Like, because I was waiting for this day. That's why I gave you the date years ahead. Now, what are the odds on the face of the earth under this sun? You use scientific calculation that there can be a black man in Ghana without sophisticated technology or anything 2 years ago and predict exactly the date a president of America, which was not yet elected, to decide the day he will unveil AI document, alien documents. How? What are the odds? Under which metric? Like it's like winning the American lottery. Not the one for Visa, the Powerball, winning it 25 times in a row. Because it's impossible to predict the number. And that's like the time, the date, and the event is massive. There is no star reader, palm reader. Nostradamus can't even do this. It can't even try it. Now, this is not to say, oh, we are impossible, but this is to show you that this is what this date, specific date, is something that God has communicated with me. I've grown knowing this date in 2026.
Wow.
So it's not even a joke at all.
Wow.
In the face of Ghana, also people are barely like understanding the world. So if it's Ghana now, they don't understand what comes next. What comes next is the biggest problem. Is the biggest problem.
I see.
Oh, the whole world is about to change. The time of the beast is about to arrive.
Hey,
it is going to shock you. The world is going to change. Even if you go to church today and you are preaching the gospel, they'll tell you it is aliens that brought everything. Jesus Christ is also an alien. But let me get there, because I've changed this all my life. I literally know them. So let me break it down before we move to the next phase of everything. Now, and the reason why the catalyst of the date was placed in there, so that when I'm talking, somebody will not be like, oh, where there I be our canic, I be our alien, no so about yes, there is no possible human being that you may have seen under this sun that could have told you the exact date they would have released this information and told you the exact year. You won't find one. It's not possible. If we would have found one, they would have told you ahead. If the analyst would have said it, or Nostradamus would have said it and given you the date.
Exactly.
It's not just mentioning, say, oh, 2026, we won't say alien for me, you know, the date itself. The date, and everything by the grace of God. Now let's go forward by the grace of God. Now, all these things are critical matters. Now, if you want to know what they are, Ephesians chapter 6, verse number 12, it spoke about 4 different things.
Okay.
Arcas, Exousias, Pneumatica, Ponerius, and Cosmocrotopas. It said, we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but principalities, powers, rulers of darkness, and spiritual wickedness in heavenly places. Now, it says what? Heavenly places. Now we have Arcas, Exousias, Pneumatica, Ponerius, and Cosmocrotopas. Now the Arcas is principalities. And then we have powers. Now principalities are witches and small forces that we see on the face of the earth. Dodo, Bebre, Gugana, all over the world.
Okay.
Those ones are many entities. I know now, sorry, you mainly pray to break and loose and everything. These are witchcraft forces, small dimensional forces. Then the second one is the powers. These are the dwarfs, the goblins, and those small river gods. Small one or more, all of them. Yes, that's small river gods and things. These are the powers. Then we have rulers of darkness. Okay. These are the occultic heads, the ones that are there to form religions and everything. These are the occultic heads. These are the high ranking. They rule the realm of darkness. Okay. Then we have spiritual wickedness in heavenly places. Those ones, not that they come from heaven, not that they came from heaven, but they descended for man to see. That is when the Bible says in Genesis chapter 6 that the sons of God came to make wives of the daughters of men. So the first time we saw them descending because they fell from heaven, basically. But then in their appearance, not necessarily that they have gone to heaven and then they are coming back all the time. So how they appear is that they appear to us like UFOs and UAPs. So they come like alien ship, some kind of things, and they are able to breach the gap of the 4th dimension into the physical dimension. So everyone will say, oh, we movie now we have Faha, now we have Frincium as a spaceship. It is dominance. They've been trying to control the world for centuries because most of our world leaders, the nations they built, they came to meet these things there.
I see.
They did not discover them. They came to meet it there. They met it. They knew them. They've known them from day one. Most of our old ancient people from early BCs have known these ones. They have worshipped them. They have followed them. They have led all those people for these years. And this is the first time that we have gotten to the last ages. We are in the end time as I'm speaking to you. We're on the last line of operation. Wow. And what these ones are supposed to do is now they are unveiling and they're revealing. And these are the main image that is being brought to us. Now it's been shown to us that, oh, these are the aliens. So this one came from space. Now what this will do is that they will try to use it to distort history. Once they distort history, they'll tell you, you know what? All those things are not the way we think it is. It is not. It is advanced technology. It's not advanced technology. It's the face of plasma. It's 4-dimensional, spiritual entities. It's charged particles. These ones are angels, fallen angels. They are the watchers that dropped, and some few cherubims that came in the fall of man. And when a lot of people ask, once they fell, what did they do again? After Omo Baneflim, Adomu Yiraya, and I said, and now Moshiye. Remember, spirits don't die. They've always been with us. They have never come from anywhere. And all the research that they've done so far now, since yesterday and everything, all the research they've brought up proves to us that they have been there. They have never gone to die. They've been with us for centuries. Since the early BCs, they've been there with us. And they have moved among us for so many centuries. Now, let's go forward with this one. This is the main thing I want to talk about today. So now, this UAPs and UFOs, the aliens you say are coming, they are the watchers, and then some of the cherubims that fell from heaven. So some of the watchers that fell, and some of the cherubims are for the departments of heaven, the host of heaven that fell. These are the ones that the devil brought forth on the face of the earth. Some of them are like Leviathan and all those things. Now, till now, we've not discovered what Leviathan is, but then we know that Leviathan is in the ocean. This thing spoke clearly. Job spoke much about the watchers and Leviathan. And he's the one that unveiled Leviathan, because Job has a revelation of seeing divine operations that was beyond measure, because he could see them too. And they were not aliens. Now, Ezekiel had seen the living creatures. It described the living creatures that they were like in a wheel, in the midst of a wheel. So when some of them saw the pictures, they thought that was the living creatures, because look at the wheel in the midst of the wheel. The wild wind and the wheel of heaven, the chariots of fire carried Elijah. All those things are divine entities. They came like a spaceship, carried man away. But then because man in the olden days was trying to describe the things he was seeing in their physical context, which is they know chariots, horses, and everything, so they describe them in that image. Because what is it that is moving and it can carry a man? Only chariots carry men. So in their primitive, or let me say, in their level of unadvanced technology, they assume it as a chariot. In this our modern, they will call it a ship, we'll call it a car, we'll call it a vehicle, because now we have gone past chariots.
Exactly.
You understand what I mean?
Yeah,
so they call it wheels, but it's not like what we think it is. It is advanced, so they saw it. But these are not aliens. They've seen it so many times. Enoch has seen it for so many centuries, and they've existed throughout. Now, this is what is going to happen now. Once this thing has happened. Leaders of the world are going to come out and they're going to tell you. Everybody on the face of the earth. Now, I told you the date. Now the date has happened. I'm going to give you the next date of operation. They are going to tell you that Jesus Christ and all the old patriarchs, most of them were disciples of these powers. These aliens, yeah? And then the next thing you're going to know, next thing you're going to know is that they're going to come back and tell you that Jesus is even part of them. That's why when he died, he was carried up. That is why when he died, the earth shook and everything. Because these are spaceships that came to carry his dead body. They beamed him up into heaven. They beamed him. You see, they started the brainwashing with the movies. They will beam you up into heaven. They knew all those things all around. Now they're going to play with everything. And the Bible said that there's going to be a great deception. In that angle, when they play with those things, these are fallen angels, demons that have existed with us for centuries. I've known this for all these years. I've been talking about them for all these years. But then, the catalyst has not happened there, so I cannot come out to break it down. I'll come back and say, "Oh yeah, quick one answer story." That's it. So I wanted them to. I wanted to give something that is impossible to wrap your head around. Exactly. So that's where we have gotten to now, on the face of the earth. So that's how come you are seeing this thing. So soon, as I want to use this as an opportunity to tell somebody that the world, the end time is nigh. The world war is kicking. Those entities have been revealed. Now it is the next stage is for them to take over and begin to run certain things. They are going to even tell you that the church, hallelujah, Jesus Christ and everything you are praying is all aliens. Now forget about it. Yes, it's advanced technology.
That's why I'm saying Bible no crown, a cake into a favorite Bible no metron for free.
Yeah, so all those alien technology. Oh, it's advanced technology that we saw, but the old patriarchs, they don't know the advancement of that technology, so they thought it was a spirit or God, and these entities were the ones that created us. That's what they'll tell you. That's the story you're about to hear now. And once they begin that story, they will tell you, the Christian, that you are primitive, you are not smart enough, you are not intelligent, you are not developing, you are not enlightened, and then you are limited. And once you get there, once that great deception takes place, and the Bible said that there shall be signs in heaven. You understand that signs? It was talking about the UFOs. They will be moving. We will see them. We will notice them. We will notice their motion. Strange anomalies will be happening in the atmosphere. And these are them. Spiritual wickedness in heavenly places. Now, I've told you from today, that is the reality. So anybody that wants to know what this thing is, this is what it is now. And what note am I standing on to tell you what it is? I prophesied the date the information will come on. I'm not the president of the United States. Neither do I sit at their parliament to make decisions for them. But I knew the exact date it will come out years ago. And I prophesied about it 2 years ago in 2024. I've spoken about it for so long. Exactly. Remember the time I talk about the aliens? It took us about 8 months before we sat down to do interview about it. 8 good months. So if I had met 8 months, it would have been in 2023.
Wow.
Yes. That would be about 3 years ago. And it's been there, but I never said anything about it. So that's it with the UFO and the UAPs and where it is going by the grace of God. Now, I open it to you. I wanted to explain this one, Ellie, so everybody will get it clearly. Exactly.
Enuna ehon frama ebo na nse kura no ase social media na manfo ne namo se Christosum kura na yes scam ni ade na omudi asofo atem no na start na ehon frama.
Yeah, that's where we are going to. Because now they will bring this thing and claim that we were made by aliens. These entities made us because they have been there, and the kind of information they will pull out. Now, the new images that will come later will be ancient drawings of those people actually leading men. And then they'll bring the Anunnaki nonsense and then bring Erich von Däniken's theory of the old astronauts, that they came from space and then they came to help us. All of them are absolute gibberish because she was using the word Ezekiel. You understand? But I know what we saw. We met those things. So they were not aliens that came. These are spiritual wickedness in heavenly places. And we've come to the fourth dimension. We've witnessed them. We've met some. We've spoken to them. We understand what we are talking about. That's how come I knew that this day will be announced. I mean, it's easy.
Papa, answer bet to us. And someone walking Pepe be under with him. She know with him. Uko school Ghana ha.
School Ghana. You have to study quite a lot, you know.
I see.
I said the reason why I was brought here is because of these things, the end time. So I've tripped the first catalyst of the prophecies. This is just this is one of my prophecies. And this MPP, they were saying, those ones, as I'm just playing table tennis. It's just like, you know, it's like more or less like the catalyst. That's why I call it catalyst. That's why I call it prophecy. I don't stress on it because that's not the main reason. My prophetic is like the Ezekiel prophecy. I'm here to talk to you about the end time. My prophecy is like John the Revelator to tell you about the finishing moment of everything. You understand? It's not and this and MPP sorry and I don't know. That is just part of the giftings of the church. Okay. Because as a prophet, you have to belong to the church. But then in the law of the prophetic in itself, prophets don't have to even own churches. We are the mouthpiece of God. In Ghana and certain places, we have reduced because of something that the predecessors of the prophetic have done. They've destroyed the name of the prophet. So at the end of the day, when you speak as a prophet, you look like a hungry man looking for people's money and every other thing. That's why my church doctrine, we've thrown away tithe and offering and everything from coming to the pastors or anything. Because our personal life cannot be run by tithes and offerings. Because we want to make sure it is clear that we didn't come there for the money. Precisely. So that's the conditions of operation. This is why I am here, and it will take deeper minds. As I'm speaking right now, I know my professors, those heavy people I speak to, are sitting down there and they are putting notes together. These people that are the physicists, those people will move around with, they are sitting down and they are calculating, because I am like a prophetic scientist. I'm not basically like your random Sunday church or your cable TV preacher. That is there. No. That's not it. That's not me at all. I'm on a different angle. That's why I came with technical terms. I call them catalysts. I call it fourth dimension. I could say it was soon but it's the fourth dimension. That's why I broke it down to you. Plasma, liquid, gas, liquid, solid. Exactly. Yes. And then the plasma is charged particles. That's the first element, the first state of matter that appeared in space. So the Big Bang theory stated that there was a a cosmic expansion from a singularity. The phase of how the singularity was charged for a cosmic expansion to begin was because of the addition of a charged particle. And the question is, what charged the particle? Therefore, you go back to the law of the first of thermodynamics. Energy can neither be created nor destroyed, but can be transformed from one form to the other. So God, who is the ultimate force of energy, sparked the Big Bang theory by firing up negative and positive ion and then charging them. And that's what brought the cosmic expansion. And the cosmic expansion, remember one thing. The Bible said, let there be light. Once plasma is light in itself, photons, active photons. You understand? Now, once there is an opening of that operation, where God says, let there be light, Genesis has been right. Big Bang theory was discovered in 1950 something, 1968. That's when they discovered Big Bang theory. But then, this one was spoken BCs. God said, let there be light. Now, we have come back to confirm that plasma was how the whole thing happened. Now, if the plasma was charged and then expanded into gases, hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium, boron, that's the first gas, hydrogen came. And then the hydrogen gas, because the plasma was charged, fused. So in fusion, it becomes, it fused and it cooled down to become the first phase of gas, which is hydrogen. After hydrogen, we got what? The rest of the elements. And the rest of the elements cooled down and then it became liquid. That's the third state of matter. So plasma, gases, liquid. Third state of matter, then it cooled down further, then it became hard, rock, which is the last state of matter, which is solid. Do you understand? So that's how God created the world. From plasma, to gas, to liquid, to solid. And these entities, the angelic entities, they are coming from the state of the charged particles. That is how come they look like a technology that is impossible to understand. They move in ways you cannot understand. They appear and disappear. They can move and disappear from any other things because they beat all laws of on the face of the earth because they came before time.
I see.
So they are not bound to time.
And then they just say, "Me san confirm me science note no." Nah, it's your bro. You see the
way like I'm hyped up talking about like all my life. This is the first prophecy.
I see.
Actually, all the scarities you put here and they're like, "Hey, accuracy." No, this one is the main reason. Because I'm supposed to tell you what is going to. I'm supposed to reveal the dark secrets of the end time. So that you can see, so that you are not swayed, because people will be deceived. Oh, you will see Jesus in the time, some few time to come.
Sir?
Oh, Jesus will come. He will return. But that's not Jesus. That's one of those operations. I said they will own the government entirely. Yes. My senior, John the Revelator, had already spoken about it before I came. Yes.
See. Inti say almost started so only government near there. What role will you be playing?
They already even own them. They'll just prove it.
Say no role I will be play no anything apart from say professor no Robert now be say play be himself.
Oh, there's a lot. There's some things they are unlawful to utter. I don't have utterance. When the time comes, you will know. Yeah.
I see.
I've given you the revelation, so now we'll go back to living normal and pretend nothing is happening.
Hey, Eddie, onion starting commission in Pony. I feel no best starting commission. No, assemble Begana ha near we are singing. As
the Lord lives.
And no one be more who are a many be who are almost started bell say become cabinet on.
Yeah. Deep things. You know, it's like they value Nostradamus a lot. And then they value people like us too. But where I am hitting, somebody told me plainly. One German guy told me plainly. He reviewed some of my stuff. Because I have my prophets, like I've placed them together. Okay. So each one and how it happened and everything. And then he looked at this. He laughed. He said, "You know Nostradamus?" I said, "Yes." He said, "Brother, you are way ahead of him." He laughed and he said it. He said it like a joke.
I see.
And I was like, oh, wow. Because that one Christ is not even a godly priest. Like, it's not like a prophet. And we are the prophets. We are supposed to, I literally lived with these things all my life. These entities, I saw them. I drew them as a child. I have photos of me drawing them here. When I was a kid. Yes.
And then, I can't miss a question because as I'm now, I can know. As a memoir do. Prof, the Nyamide Obabayadina. Nanu Ukranon in beach ball near the Adeno.
It's the end time. We are there because we are waiting. We have to wait for it to come. Because the catalyst is set, the date not to all in time. So once the date happens and the unveiling is done, I'm supposed to now, that's where the journey begins, and then the work begins to move entirely. It's a gradual process. It's not like 9-day wonder. That's why I told you that the 17 years, because Nina has fallen in line, the 17 years World War, and then this one. Once this happened, the catalyst has all come together. It's now one fold. Now this is what they call a prophecy. We take it from
one of these days, no. It rapture ne ebenyaba.
Ebeba, but you see Jesus before the rapture will come. There's a fake Jesus coming.
Hey.
We are going to live in the world like we are in a sci-fi movie. Yeah.
And know how many years from now?
In the rapture?
Yes, Ubana. Jesus, fake Jesus, no, Bano.
No, I can't disclose to you.
Hey.
I have to. I know I said I'm now, but I in the first one. So let me cool down. I can't just between Kambum. Yeah, I say I'm for being cheap. And you wanna they catch all this now and they hang me. What leverage do I have?
Prophet,
I need leverage.
Yemra Ghana, Yemra Ghana, Yemra Africa. Because Rams no ni do no. Yen cool it down kakra neja. Yemra for because when do it today? When giant now?
Yeah.